Alrighty, so the new melee is out, and I wanted to do sort of like, I can't remember exactly which unit it was that I did this with. I think it was King, but I did a like free-to-play sort of showcase of him, and I want to go ahead and say right now, I did get a little bit lucky in the banner. We do have him at 3-6. Most of the time though, it's not really going to be as big of an issue for the showcase itself as far as like the free-to-play showcase, because melee does a lot of damage with his regular cards as it is, and more often than not you're not actually getting his ult because of just how much damage his regular cards do, unless you're just trying to like actually ult rush or anything like that. So I do already own his cosmetics, but as you can see here, I've went ahead and unequipped all of the paid cosmetics, so I'm literally only using the free-to-play ones. Well, you can't see it as good because of I'm in the way, but here, I'll just goodbye. As you can see here, I only have the free-to-play cosmetics. This is the SSR outfit, this is the UR outfit, and then this is the Power Ranger outfit that all of the melees have. These are all three of the you have to pay for these at the moment with real money, so they are unequipped. You actually get this one right here from the affection, and then this is the one that you start with, and then the rest of these are from paid cosmetics, so they are unequipped. And then he only has one cosmetic piece, like it's actually called cosmetic. He only has one headpiece at the moment, so I'm assuming we'll probably end up getting either like a hawk pass sort of chef's outfit, or we will end up getting some sort of like, I don't know, holiday outfit or something like that. They normally do, that's what they end up giving a fifth outfit, or like an extra outfit for a character for. So we have all of the paid stuff unequipped. You can see that even with I've been working on the gear a lot, so my rolls are really high on the gear itself. I still need to work on the defense pieces a little bit, not that it matters because we're going to be playing ungeared today, but yeah, he's pretty insane. Just in case you don't know what he does, his main card is a single target card that does amplify damage. So if you don't know, I mean, or maybe you're just newer to the game or whatever, amplify is a really strong card a lot of the time because it stacks a lot with buffs and stuff. So amplify is damage dealt is increased by 30% per buff on self. And the whole thing with this melee is with his passive, each time one of your allies or melee himself uses a single target card, it puts a 6% in stat increase on the hero for up to 3 turns. So basically you want to attack the enemies with single target cards, then go in with the melee card and do big damage. So he's quite strong. Plus if you use 2 single target cards in the same turn, it'll actually put a damage reduction on your entire, like your whole team. It starts at 8% and goes all the way up to 40% each time you do it. So it's a permanent buff as well, like it doesn't go away. It's a gray buff that cannot be removed. So the later the match goes on, as if they don't kill melee like quickly, then it gets to be quite a big issue. His other card is an AoE skill that is Pierce. I'm not as big of a fan of this one. It's pretty good for like taking out king shields and stuff like that, but altogether, really, really interesting unit. This is going to be the team that I'm going to be messing with today, just because I figured that this one is kind of like what the regular players are probably going to be using. I didn't want to use Keo. I didn't want to use Zeldris because the Keo and Zeldris team, yeah, they're pretty good, but at the same time, you know, Keo wasn't rated up on the KOF banner whenever it came out, and I wanted to just play it safe and give just sort of like a regular looking team, so that way, you know, you're not lacking if you didn't pull Keo during the collaboration. So, I mean, the only thing that's a little weird here is obviously Green Gother, but Green Gother's been out for quite a while at this point. Hopefully you have him by now. If you're a newer player, maybe you haven't had as many opportunities to get him, but he's basically just here to increase a little bit of stats, and we can use rank up if we need it. I don't necessarily like running Gother on melee teams, just because I feel like he already does a lot with the regular single target cards, but I mean, you know, what's it going to hurt to rank him up and use level 2s? Just not personally my style, I don't think, because the way the melee works is you want to get as many, you know, single target attack cards off as possible, so that way you can build up his stacks and everything and do more damage. So he is using CC food, and he is using Keo. He doesn't have level 90 on melee, which is a little weird, I guess. So I guess what we're gonna do is I kind of want to get rid of Keo, but honestly, the longer that Melly builds up is going to be a bigger problem. So let's just go in with, you know, 2 buffs on Melly and see how good the Amplify does. The Flood card actually dealt a lot there. So 58k, it's honestly not too bad. I did notice whenever we were doing the showcase right after our summons that he did seem a little lacking. I definitely recommend that once the cosmetics and stuff like that for him are available for gyms, you probably try to buy at least a couple of his weapons, so that way he's dealing even more damage. But even as a free-to-play, he's still very strong, especially if you can get any sort of like build up on him. Like if they don't kill him first turn or anything like that, you should be in a really good position. So there we go. First win, easy peasy. Honestly, just really it depends on what team you're using. You can sort of, as long as you can out CC your opponent, it's really not going to be as big of an issue. Let me make sure that I still have food on, and I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright, we had to load a little bit here, so it is a real player. We are going against King as well. His CC's really low. What's happening? Well, I guess, obviously. See, now this is one of the times where you would not want to use... King is not good right now if you're relying on AoE meta, because AoEs aren't really going to be the meta at the moment, because of the fact that Melly is a single target attacker and you want to run other single target attackers with him. So the fact that he was running a team that relied on me using an AoE to kill Liz there, not ideal. Definitely don't recommend doing that. Alright, it loaded a little bit. It was kind of quick though. I'm assuming this guy's going to have really high CC. It's actually not as bad as I was thinking it would be. He's at a pretty good point to where I think that he's probably running dodge food, but I'm not positive on that. These are actually really quick cards. He's either got really good... I was going to say, he's either got really good connection or this might be a bot. It did load a little bit, so I was kind of expecting it to be a real player, but I guess not. Oh well, I guess that is what it is. I'm assuming he might have the Holy Relic. I don't really understand the point of running Bond in the back if you don't have the Holy Relic, because yeah, he's good and all, but without the proper support, him as just a regular unit isn't really all that great in my opinion. And even then, with the Holy Relic, I feel like you kind of have to have the unit like 6'6" and like ready to go for you to actually be able to use him in the back slot. Like he doesn't seem like a sub slot character to me. He does actually have the Holy Relic, but honestly I kind of doubt that it matters too much. I kind of want to stop ult rushing really quickly, plus we can merge a little bit there, so let's go ahead and put up the dissolve. I've been trying a couple of different teams out as far as like geared PvP goes with him, and I've been having a lot of fun with him. I was surprisingly able to finally beat the bird earlier today as well. I have, even with King coming out, I was never able to beat floor 3, and I just beat floor 3 earlier for the first time with Melly, which is pretty impressive. Like honestly, he's pretty insane, so that's super nice. Very happy about that. Depending on how much he lifestealed here, I'm kind of confident that my AoE will kill, so I think we go for this, and then this. I'm not going to really worry about the rank ups at the moment. That actually dealt more damage than I was expecting it to. Ooh, almost killed there. If we would have crit on the first card, we might have killed. But it doesn't matter because the AoE wipes those two out. Also did really good damage to Gother as well because we've got so many stacks on at the moment. So that's really nice. And now we have ultimate on the one. I think let's just test out Melly's damage really quickly, and then we'll just finish off with this just in case it doesn't kill. So we have lost 1 stack on Melly, so he's at 4 buffs at the moment. Boom, boom. Still kills. Very good. And that's without extra cosmetics or anything, so he's, you know, still doing pretty well. Alrighty, so we have another King team. He's using the King Keo as well. There's a lot of potential here for this being a evasion food. Let me... Yeah, and there's a little bit of latency too. I'm gonna almost guarantee that this is a evasion food team. Yeah. So there's the evasion. I don't think we're going to kill here with just 2 cards. We did crit there, but 2 stacks, yeah, not quite enough there. So I couldn't say whether or not that having his cosmetics would have like made the difference there to take that much more HP down. It definitely would have helped for sure. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical to think that that would have like covered that much difference, but it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. That's quite a lot of damage. The Kyo is kind of huge there, and that's a level 3. Ooh, I think we lose a character or 2. Okay, we lost Gother, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but that might be a hard shield to beat through. He also lifestealed back his entire bar pretty much, which is kind of bad. Let's try to remove the shield with this, get more stacks on, maybe kill here. We did not take the shield down with the Pierce card, which that was a really hefty shield. That was a really hefty shield. This should give us 5 stacks. 65k is not quite enough. I mean, you know, take it with a grain of salt, because you know Melee is very good, and I know that a lot of people are worried about like the meta shifting so hard and like just immediately throwing King away after he just became big. But I still think if you have the CC and you run the right teams and stuff like that, you're probably going to still be able to do pretty well with King. I have no doubt. So not quite a kill on Melee there. These remove buffs, but unfortunately his shield is a whatchamacallit, and if I don't I'm not gonna be able to kill here regardless, but he's gonna be able to remove all of my buffs off of Melee and use that as extra damage, so that is quite unfortunate. So we unfortunately lose this one, but it is what it is. I mean, hey, that's a good showcase, like letting you know, hey, if you're using King and you still like, if you've invested a lot into King and you've got the King team like right where you want it and everything like that, I mean, as long as you're, you know, able to sustain that first, you know, like that first round of damage, if you're using evasion food, that'll help out a lot. Or maybe your just CC is really high, so you can put the shield up first turn. You should still be pretty good as far as I'm concerned. I think you'll still be fine. Obviously, Melee does do a lot of single target damage, so he can definitely pinpoint King and deal quite a bit. But you know, as long as you've got your stuff in order, work on your stuff and everything. Make sure you, like right now the costume sale is going on. Make sure that you're getting, you know, costumes for all of your supports and stuff like that. Like I bought a couple of costumes for Death Pierce, because Death Pierce is a really strong subslot unit that you use for a lot of different teams. You know, obviously he was probably using Zeldris on that team because of Kyo in the front line, so definitely if you need to, grab costumes for Zeldris if you have Kyo and you want to run the Kyo Zeldris combo. I just invested a lot into Nanashi, just because Nanashi is also another really good subslot unit that I feel like I don't get to use all that often. And now I should be able to, because of the whole extra cosmetics and CC and everything like that. Like I've never bought anything for him, so hopefully Nanashi will now be able to be used a little bit here and there in the back slot. I don't know if he's gonna have evasion or not. Doesn't look like it. 2 flood cards should deal a decent bit of damage here. No crits, unfortunately. Boom, boom. We don't kill first turn, which might be an issue depending on how much he life steals here. Because if he puts up the taunt, we're gonna have to rely on the AoE skill to kill, which might not be an issue, but it just depends on how much health he gains back. His connection seems really slow too. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what he does. I'm assuming he's going to probably put up the stance, which looks like he is. He might, yeah, okay, he's disabling a card as well. And then single target with somebody. I figured he would have used stance and then single targeted twice to try to get some damage off, but maybe not. Okay, he disables melee, which is understandable, I guess. He went for Gother for some reason. He actually did really good damage, even though he didn't use a whole lot of like he doesn't have a whole lot of buffs or anything up, which is kind of impressive. Let's just try to go for the kill on melee here. this might be a huge mistake. Let's just go for it. It's gonna be a waste of cards, and unfortunately I am skill disabled at the moment, so this might go very poorly. The modifier is 250% of attack on this without pierce because of the disable, and we did not kill Melly. So that we did lifesteal enough back to where that the counter wasn't a problem. He's not gonna be able to draw the ult this turn. It might have just been better to hold on to the cards there, because unfortunately I would have been able to get 2 gold amplify cards if I would have messed around with it a little bit more, but it is what it is. Okay, he's going for damage on Melly. 2 amplify cards. He might go Cusack cleave here. Ooh. Okay, we survived it, so I'm assuming we should be able to kill with Melly here, hopefully. We're just gonna have to go all out on Melly here. Hopefully we get a decent bit of lifesteal back. I really didn't want to attack twice and then use the level 3 because it's gonna be overkill on level 3, but it is what it is. Boom. 129k, not bad. Now we have ultimate. We draw into the ultimate. He doesn't have anything to, no, he does have take off ultimate gauge with Cusack actually. So that's probably gonna be what happens. We're not going to be able to merge into it either if he removes it, which he definitely should. Let's see how this goes. Plus, if he draws a Zeldris card, he could potentially put up a dissolve as well. So, what did he do? Merge? I think he did. I think he tried to merge, and then he reset. Okay, big merges. Okay, I was about to say, if you don't use that Cusack card, I'm going to ult. Alright, there's the single target. We're in quite a pickle here. I think let's go for the Melly. Let's use this, that way we can get more buffs. And then we'll use this hoping to kill Chandler here. I don't think we're gonna get even close to killing Cusack. I'm actually really surprised that killed Chandler straight up. That was actually pretty impressive. Good damage there on Cusack, but unfortunately it wasn't going to kill. So he's probably going to one-shot on Melly. Either that, or he's going to try to one-shot one of the other units and then take off ultimate gauge with Melly. I would imagine he's just going to ult him though, because, you know, he's the one doing all the damage. Okay, he is ulting. Boom. He has the Abyss effect as well, which is pretty interesting. This is going to kill me. Very interesting. I still have Escanor, though. He gained a lot of HP back from that as well. I don't actually think I've ever gone against somebody with the Abyss effect, so that's kind of cool, to be honest. I can still use 3 cards, so let's just go for, if it'll load. I actually have this Abyss effect now because of the banner, and I'm kind of looking forward to trying to use it. Let's just go for this because I don't think Zeldris is going to be able to hold his own by himself. So we should kill. Maybe we don't kill. I really hope this kills. Boom. Okay, we kill. So that kills. Gets rid of the Abyss. Now we have ultimate. Unless he, okay, well, he potentially might have been able to get a level 2 dissolve there, which would have stopped my ultimate, but that was a pretty tough match for him. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the new unit. Let me know what your, experiences so far. If you're using like a free-to-play melee with no cosmetics and everything like that, let me know how you're doing, because I'm honestly kind of curious. Because I mean, he's really strong. You don't necessarily have to have his cosmetics or anything to do much, because as long as you're able to put buffs out on him and stuff like that, and then use his amplify card, he's gonna do like a ton of damage anyway. But yeah, very, very cool character. Very, very neat. Pretty happy with how he performs and everything. I don't think he's like super broken OP or anything, but he's definitely very strong. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you then.